everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1, also Little Gems Jewelry Canada. Today we're going to be making a beaded choker necklace, and we're going to start that in just a moment. Hi everyone, Monique here, Little Gems Creations 1 or Little Gems Jewelry Canada. Today we're going to be making an easy beaded necklace choker. So you are going to need some, let me move this up, some 11-aught or I think 10-aught seed beads. You're going to need some 8-aught seed beads. You're going to need some jump rings. You're going to need some spider wire. This is the 8-pound variety. You're going to need a measuring tape, your tools, and a pair of scissors. Also a beading needle. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start by getting our jump rings ready. Okay, so you're going to need 2 jump rings. It doesn't matter what size they are. Main thing is that you got 2 of them. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the jump rings and we are going to make sure it's completely closed. So you see how that one isn't completely closed? All we're going to do is we're going to make it so it's properly closed. Okay, give it a little pinch and a little pinch. And there you go. It's totally closed. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. Okay, so jump ring. See how it's kind of not closed? We're just going to close it. Give it a pinch this way. Give it a pinch this way. And it is completely closed. Okay, so now we're going to take our spider line and I am going to take 2 arm lengths worth. I am going to be making about a 14-inch choker necklace, so that's how much I take, is 2 arms lengths. If you need longer, then you go longer, depending on how long you want your necklace. So I'm going to put my 2 ends together. And you see this spider wire? It's a braided wire, so you kind of got to pinch the edges of it. Okay, so I'm going to put the 2 ends together, and then I'm going to work my way to the other end until I come to my loop. Okay, now I'm going to take one of those jump rings that we closed and I'm going to put it through my loop through, come on now, I'm going to put my loop through my jump ring. See? Okay, and now I'm going to make the loop big and then I'm going to fold it over and I'm going to pull my tails through my loop, and then I'm going to go back to that jump ring and I'm going to pull it tight. Okay, so you want to make sure the split is at the top, not down by your thread. If you are concerned about that moving around, you can deal with it 2 ways. If you are concerned of it coming out of where it's put together, you could put a little dab of glue, nail glue, school glue, any kind of glue, a little bit of crazy glue. Just put a drop on the join there, and then your thread won't come out. Or you can go the other way and put a dot of glue on the thread. Okay? I don't usually have a problem with this, so I don't do either, but if you want to, you can. Okay, so now we've got we're taking our loop and we're gonna go to the other end now from our jump ring, and we're gonna bring these two ends together again. Okay, and now we get to try and fit these two ends through the teeny tiny beading needle. So I'm going to grab my beading needle, and there's the hole. We're going to try and get both of these through the hole. Okay, there we go. Let me see. Oh my goodness, I did it! I know, I shouldn't be so surprised, but usually it takes me about a bazillion tries. Okay, so go back to your jump ring, and we're just gonna make sure that we have no bubbles in our thread, okay? So we're gonna very gently go back to the needle. Now you see that big bubble? So I'm just gonna even out my threads, and then I'm gonna cut off the extra thread. And spider wire, like this spider thread, wire, whatever, line, it doesn't like to cut so well, so as you saw, you got to go through twice. So now we get to design our pattern, okay? So I'm using yellow seed beads. My bead box gets dropped quite often, so they're kind of mixed up. And I'm using these pretty crystal ones, okay? So how about we go 10 yellows and then a crystal. Okay, so let's do that. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, wrong color. Oh, no, 3, 4, 5. That's the wrong color. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and then we'll put a crystal. And we'll bring it all the way down to our jump ring. That's what we've got so far. And that's our pattern, guys. We're going to do 10 of the little seed beads and 1 of the bigger crystal beads. And we're going to do that until it measures 14 inches or whatever length you want. Okay? So do that and meet me back. Okay, so I got my 14 inches, but to do that, I only put 5 on the very end, okay? And that's okay. That's going to be underneath your hair or whatever, right? So now you're going to take that jump ring that we closed, and you're going to put it on, and we're going to go all the way up to our beads. Then we're going to go into the beads, the first beads, depending on the length you wanted it. I'm just have the 5 like I said. I'm going to make sure the split for my ring is at the top. See there? And now I'm going to pull this tight. Did you see how it cinched up a bit? Okay. Now we're going to start our knots. So going behind my work with my needle. Sorry, fingers in the way. Behind my work with my needle, I'm going above that bead. So I'm not going through any beads. I'm just placing my thread above the bead. I'm going to make a loop. I'm going to go through the loop once. I'm going to go through the loop twice. And now guiding that loop to end up right above that big bead, I'm going to pull tight. Okay. Now I'm going to see my knot is right there. Can you see it? Now I'm going to go through that bead. Oops. I'm going to go through that big bead and then down the other beads till I get to that next big bead. So see, I'm coming out there. And when you pull your thread tight, you're going to feel a little pop. And that is your knot going into that big bead. Okay, isn't that awesome? So now let's make another knot. So just like last time, we're putting our needle behind our work and we're guiding it till we get our loops. Okay, we get our loops. We're going through the 2 loops once. We're going through the 2 loops twice. We're going to guide that knot to go right above that big bead and pull tight. And now, just like last time, we're going to go through all those beads. Oops. We're going to go through all these beads until we're just above the big bead. Okay, just above the bead, just above the big bead. And then once again, you're going to feel that little kind of pop, and that's our knot going into that big bead. Okay, now we can cut. So we're going to cut this close to the beads. Okay, I'm just going to deal with my needle because I have pets and I don't want them getting my needle, so I got to put it someplace safe. There we go. Okay, now taking another split ring, doesn't matter what size, and your lobster claw or whatever kind of clasp you're gonna use. I really like lobster claws, so I use them a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna take that jump ring, and it's just a really tiny one because I'm trying to use these tiny ones up. I'm gonna open it, always open it sideways. I'm gonna put my lobster claw on there and one end of my necklace. Then I'm just going to close up that jump ring, okay? Make sure it's good and closed. And there you go, guys. You have a beautiful, simple little necklace. You want to make multiples of these, add an inch each time, and then you can layer them. It's really pretty to layer them. You can give these as gifts or sell them at a craft fair. I mean, it's just so wonderful. In the description, I'm going to put a link to my necklace display cards. I'm also going to put a link to my Facebook crafting channel, so you can come on there and show me the beautiful different necklaces you've made. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe, and have a great day. Bye now.